Hello, welcome to Dungeon Rolls Podcast. I'm your host, Justin. Sorry for the setup I got right now. I was practicing with some new hero clicks I got for Sunday's hero clicks game. For convenience sake, we're just going to leave this setup for this video. So yeah, for our latest X-Men month review, we're reviewing X-Statix Volume 1, which collects issues 1 through 5 of X-Statix, written by Peter Milligan, with art by Mike Allred, who worked on issues 1 through 4, and then Paul Pope worked on issue 5, right? With Darwyn Cooke, apparently. Though it just looked like, it honestly just looked like Paul Pope's art. So, if people don't know what X-Statix is, it was, this series was published in 2002. The trade came out in 2003. It was originally an X-Force team, like that came out after the initial X-Force run. Which in the back here you can see the X-Force trades, right? And they're basically a team of mutant celebrity superheroes that go on missions basically they're a lot like the superheroes from The Boys, where they're only concerned about money, fame, right? But like the leader of the team is a bit more heroic, right? So the team is Dead Girl, who can regenerate herself from any wound. You got Fat, whose mutant power is he can turn himself. He's like a shape changer, but he can only make himself big and fat. Normally he looks like. Let's see if I can find a picture of what he normally looks like. Wow, he's like, there he is. He looks like Wesley from Wanted right there. That's him, right? Yeah. So other members of the team, you have Orphan, or Mr. Sensitive. His real name is Guy Smith. His powers are he has super sensitivity, and he's good at martial arts, right? You got the new member of the team, Venus de Milo, who's basically just made out of energy, and she needs a special containment suit to control her powers. You got Vivisector, whose powers he can turn himself into Wolfman. You got Anarchist, aka Tyke Alucard, who I thought he was an energy projector, but like apparently he shoots his sweat at people, right? And you got Dupe, who don't know exactly what his deal is. And one of my complaints about Dupe is people can understand him, but it's like gibberish for us, so it's kind of sucks, right? Yeah. So the story for this graphic novel is X-Statix is a little depressed because they lost their most popular member of their team, which is this girl whose power is she can teleport. I forget her name, right? And they're recruiting. They're having tryouts to find like a new member of their team, right? And the main villain for this book is this teenager. Her name is Eddie Sawyer. My bad. This teenager named Arnie Lundberg, who's a huge X-Force / X-Statix fan, and is really pissed off about Eddie Sawyer dying, right? And he turns out that he's a super powerful mutant. That's him, right? He's a super powerful mutant who basically has it's like a combination of Professor X and Scarlet Witch powers, where he's terrorizing his small town in Minnesota, right? Yeah. yeah, while that's going on, he's terrorizing Guy Smith, making him feel guilty about Eddie Sawyer's death. Eddie Sawyer's death, and he thinks he's going crazy, right? Because he's seeing hallucinations, right? Here you can see Droop holding a camera, right? For some reason, they have group showers together, right? Also, subplot of this story is you have these two characters, Vivisector and Fat, who are both struggling with their repressed homosexuality, and it's not until the end of the book do they realize, yeah, we're gay, but we're not attracted to each other, right? Yeah. Also, you got this O-Force, this X-Force ripoff team that is making X-Force look bad, right? Also, another member of the team is this guy who's like their manager. I don't think he's a mutant, right? Here's the tryouts where they introduce Venus de Milo, and Guy Smith doesn't want Venus de Milo on the team because he doesn't want to replace Eddie Sawyer, right? And also, you got this subplot with Corkscrew, who's a really cool character, man. I would have liked him to stay on the team, but he kills a guy during tryouts. So they send Droop on a mission to take what's his name out camping, and kill Corkscrew, which sucks because, man, Corkscrew had a really cool was a really cool character. And this is Darwyn's Cooke's art. Okay. Yeah, you can tell that's Darwyn Cooke's art. Because Darwyn Cooke has a very Jack Kirby-esque art style. Yeah. So this story was pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, so what ends up happening is they send... You got this thing going on with Venus de Milo, and Guy Smith is arguing a lot with Anarchist. Anarchist decides to leave the team with Dead Girl, but at the end of the book, they join together to fight Arnie Lung, because the O-Force got tricked into going on this mission against Arnie Lundgren, who's terrorizing his small town by the manager of X-Force, right? And the Guy Smith decides to go help him, and it's pretty brutal. You see the girl, one of the superheroes, Ocean, get her legs blown off, and the leader of the O-Force, Overkill, leaves them behind, and Guy Smith and the rest of X-Statix go to defeat Arnie Lundgren and save O-Force, right? So that's the story. And the last issue is, you see Paul Pope's art style was not as good. Here you see the one of the gay guys checking out Anarchist's ass, because of course. Yeah, this book is very unrated, kind of. Yeah, this book I'm not a huge fan, because they have the kid join the team, right? And then Orphan orchestrates the kid's death, right? Because he was too dangerous to let live, apparently. So what did I think about this book, right? Well, I want to say I love the designs by Mike Allred. And I think the characters are aesthetic-wise, they look cool. But the problem with the book is Peter Milligan's writing. He's pretty much ripping off. He's pretty much ripping off a lot from Grant Morrison and his storytelling and his absurdist characters and settings. Not settings, just it has this Grant Morrison ripoff feel, right? And if you read Justice League, the first couple issues of Justice League Dark, when Peter Milligan was writing it, he was straight up ripping off Doom Patrol. And that book, that his issues of Justice League Dark was so bad, they replaced him after like issue 6 with Jeff Lemire, right? Yeah. So like, yeah, I don't know. The problem with the book is the characters, you know, they come off very unlikable because they're always arguing all the time. They only care about themselves. They have no problem killing people, and it's said that that they're supported by Professor Xavier. Professor Xavier, especially during this time frame, wouldn't be okay with you know, with people, you know, superheroes, X-Men adjacent superheroes killing people, right? And people got to remember the original X-Force with Cable was like a rogue X-Men team, right? Yeah, so yeah, the problem is the characters are kind of unlikable. And like, you know, this would be considered like woke or progressive today, but it's really not written to be that way. It's just written to be, they just come off as like, you know, like narcissistic assholes in this book, right? But I would say if you're a fan of like comics like The Boys and like Garth Ennis comics, you would probably like this somewhat. But if you're not a fan of like asshole superheroes, like, you know, I would say this is probably a 6 out of 10. Beautiful art by Mike Allred, but like like the book, like story wise and character wise, kind of falls short, right? And yeah. For some reason, I remembered this guy being a telepath. Maybe it was because of the stupid antennas. By the way, I do like his, like, you know, he wears a helmet, and he looks kind of like Iron Man. So yeah, I really like his design, man. But yeah, like like I said, I liked the art, but it falls short on everything else. But if you can get this for cheap, maybe check it out. Okay, so for our next X-Month review, we're going to review GeNEXT United by Chris Claremont, and I think it's Jonboy Meyers, my bad. Yeah, it's about like a X-Men team from the future where you have Beast, an old Beast, running the X-Men, X-Men team with the children of the original X-Men. So I think that's a young Cable, but I'm not sure. Yeah. Alright guys, that's it for this video, guys.